Howdy folks, today on the bench I've got a 12 volt 7 amp hour battery as well as my UBA5 tester, and we're going to learn how to connect up a battery and just do some basic things like charging and drawing some current from it, etc. Let's get into it. To get started, I'm going to go over to my UBA console, open up the page, select COM1, open the UBA network, and once it finishes initializing, we're going to go to channel 1, and that's all we need to do for the moment. To set up the battery analyzer, I'm going to go to channel 1, plug in the positive and negative cables as required, go over to my battery, remove anything that could be covering the connections, and positive to positive, negative to negative. Be careful, there is a 44 volt maximum rating on the UBA5. If your battery exceeds that voltage, you could cause damage to the unit, so don't. Also, avoid connecting it backwards. I'm sure there's some safety circuitry in there to prevent damage to the unit, but I wouldn't want to risk it, so don't. You're all set now. Let's go back to the display. Okie dokie. To start the tester, I'm going to go to multi-tester, press start, bring it into view. Awesome. So we have load current and we have charge current. If we want to charge the battery, we select a number of milliamps in here, and the UBA will set that constant current into the battery. Vice versa, if we want to pull current out of the battery, the UBA will act like a resistor and pull out a certain number of milliamps as we have selected. Just so you know, you can also adjust to amps, microamps, and nanoamps. Not that we'll want to do that anytime soon, but you can do that anyway. So once that's set, we can zoom back out and let's have a go drawing some current from this battery. Okay, so we're set up. We can see on the voltage readout that our battery is currently sitting at 12.976 volts. I'm going to select 1000 milliamps or 1 amp to draw from the battery, and as soon as I click set, make sure that's in milliamps, as soon as I click set, it starts pulling power, the voltage will refresh, and you'll see that the voltage will go down as we're drawing power out. Another thing you'll notice is that the light comes on in channel 1 and the fan starts spinning because the UBA is burning off this power as heat. Something you want to be careful about is that this load will run until you stop it. So it will discharge your battery beyond the safe level if you're not there to watch over it and make sure it doesn't. To cancel it, I'm going to select off. You should notice the fan will stop and the voltage will start rising back up again. And then you're all set. You know how to load the battery. Make sure that you don't leave it unattended because you can damage your battery if you do. Vice versa, if we want to charge our battery, we put in a certain amount of current. I'm going to say 1000 milliamps or 1 amp. I'm going to press the set button, and there we go. You'll notice the voltage will start to rise. Let's just zoom in on that voltage or focus. Okay, we're looking at 13 volts right now, going up as the current goes into the battery. You'll notice that sometimes the measured current is different to the set current, and that's just some weird thing that happens with this UBA analyzer sometimes. It decides that you're drawing too much power from the power supply, and so it decides to limit the current to protect itself. I'm going to confirm in a later video if there's something we can do to change that, but for now, I'm just going to have to go with it. So you can see right now, probably can't see, it's only allowing 680 milliamps out of the 1000 that we selected to actually go into the battery because it says a power of 34.1 watts is too high. To cancel the charge, I press the off button and we're good. Again, this is an unlimited charge. It will keep trying to charge your battery well into the overcharged region, and you can damage your battery quite severely, especially if it's a lithium battery. You can cause a fire if you leave it charging without being attended. So keep an eye on it and you'll be right. We're all set. There we go. That's just the basic stuff to do with the multi-tester. Let's have a go at doing a battery analysis. Okay, to do my battery analysis, I press the Start Battery Analysis button, which brings up a page of options. I select the number of cells, which in this case is 6 cells for a lead acid 12 volt battery. Our capacity in milliamp hours, if we got 7.2 amp hours, that's the same as 7200 milliamp hours. We don't have to put the energy in, that's optional, and we select lead acid. There should be a number of battery analysis routines. I'm just going to look for the one that talks about lead acid. Where is it? SLA charge or SLA test. I'm going to press SLA test, open, and the results. This is just where the test paper comes out to once you've done the test. You type in a name. I'm going to say SLA 7.2. Press save. And then you can start. And it'll do its thing. You can make the screen bigger if you'd like to watch as it does its stuff. It's got a readout of the different processes it's doing, the different steps it does. To skip a step, such as the initial no load voltage, which takes a little while, you press the skip to next action button. It'll ask you, do you want to exit? I say yes. And then it'll do a 10-hour discharge. Lead acids, they have to be discharged slowly to reach their full capacity. So 10 hours, I'm not actually going to do that. That'll take forever, like 10 hours. So we won't do that. But at least we know that that's what we can do. Then we can skip ahead again, do the same thing. Fail, low capacity. That's just because we didn't end up drawing the full power out. We can skip ahead again, 10-minute rest. It's going to do a fast charge now. Skip ahead again. And next action, it'll do another 10-hour discharge. Skip. 10-minute rest. Skip. And we'll exit. Okay. And that's our test done. It would go through all those steps, so it would probably take the best bit of a day to do that test. To view the results, you press on the results button and it'll give you a graph. And that graph will tell you everything about the charging process, the discharging process, and how much current it was able to remove from your battery during that time. Easy. Bless ya.